be speaking about the Breakfast in the Childhood, or Breakfast in the Classroom program that we started last spring. Oh, here's some information. Last spring, Crockett introduced Breakfast in the Classroom, and for this year it was discontinued. And I'd like to ask the school board to reconsider their stance on that issue. Poverty and childhood hunger are large problems in the U.S., particularly in Houston County. A hungry child is much less likely to perform well in school, more likely to be absent due to illnesses, less likely to graduate from high school and go to college, which then limits their economic futures. And 20 years from now, that student may be less likely to adequately feed their own families. Research has shown that children who eat breakfast in school, closer to class and test time, perform better on standardized testing than students who don't eat breakfast. They show better alertness, better concentration, better memory, better learning capacity. They also exhibit fewer behavioral and emotional problems than the children who skip breakfast. Eating school breakfast is also associated with a lower BMI, which contributes to lower rates of obesity. It has the added benefit of introducing many children to a wider variety of healthy foods such as string cheese and yogurt. USDA research has found that children who participate in school breakfast programs eat more fruits, drink more milk, and consume less saturated fats than students who don't. Providing students with breakfast in the classroom is associated with improved attendance, decreased tardiness, and fewer disciplinary problems. Research has also shown that schools providing universal school breakfast have higher breakfast participation, especially when breakfast is served in the classroom, resulting in a higher percentage of students participating in the programs. Here in our community, there are children at Crockett Elementary who are not able to eat breakfast due to a lack of time and space. They get approximately 10 minutes to eat, and then they have to clear their table for the next round of students to come in and eat. As a result, there are students who need breakfast who don't get it. Breakfast in the classroom ensures that every student has access to a nutritious breakfast at no charge to his or her families, regardless of their income level, and at no added cost to the school district. Serving breakfast in the classroom provides a less hectic morning for the teachers because they aren't shepherding kids back and forth from the classrooms to the cafeteria. I realize that the board isn't scheduled to vote on this issue tonight, but I hope that each of you will review the information we provided and will consider reinstating the Breakfast in the Classroom program for the upcoming semester. The committee and I firmly believe it will help a lot of our students achieve greater academic success and hopefully instill better eating habits for the rest of their lives. On a more personal note, I'd like to tell the board why this issue is important to me. All the available research shows that increased participation in this program leads to greater attendance. Greater attendance leads to greater funding from state and federal levels. Greater funding leads to better programs and better teacher retention. And all of that leads to a more successful school district. I have a 5-year-old in pre-K and I have a 1-year-old daughter at home. My family and I have made a home here in Crockett, so I will probably have kids in the school district for the next 17 years. I have a vested interest in the success of this district. And I will stand up for any program that helps the district achieve those successes. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. I'd like to make one comment. The parents that are here, I want to thank you for coming. Well, I want to thank you for participating on this program. We think it is a good program, Shaq, and the board has already started looking into what you're asking, okay? We've already had one meeting with the cafeteria people to look at the financial end to see what's happening there and some other things. And I'm sure in the future something will come up with what you've asked.
Dr. Moore, the students are receiving breakfast in the schools. Breakfast is offered at the early childhood, right?
I think the time frame is what the problem is.
Okay.
The time frame. We were trying to run too many people through the space and the amount of time. And I don't know, there's several things we need to look at. Just bear with us, okay? We felt like there was some handicaps to putting in the classroom too. And so we'll have to weigh it out, but it's being looked at. Let me put it that way. You didn't come up here for nothing, okay? All right.
Yeah, we're working towards that. We definitely are. I'm in real favor of kids eating in school. But the classroom issue is hygienic-wise, bugs coming in, food droppings, things like that. That's what we're looking at. See, otherwise, I have no problems with that. I think it's a good program. that's what we're looking at right now.
Dr. Moore's mentioned, the reality is when you have the bus schedules run the way they are, the parents bring the students in the way they do, it does present a challenge to serve everybody prior to the classroom. And we are assessing that impact.
How many times has the shack met? I'm curious.
This year, we're required to meet 4 times. We've met once. Our next meeting is December 11th.
Okay, and you're discussing a wide variety of issues like physical activity in the offered on campus. I think also some of the things about bullying falls under shack. Diabetes education falls under shack. There's a large realm of things that should be covered.
If you'll check the website, we posted the minutes, and you should be able to see comments on each one of those 8 areas.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Any other comments on that?
We do appreciate your time and work.
Moving right along under this, we have a visitation coming up, a district snapshot, what they call it, and we've started prepping. Administration has been working on it a good while, but we've intensified our preparation. It's coming up December the 4th and 5th, and Ms. Julian has got some information to hand out to you concerning the snapshot, district snapshot.
The district snapshot is when a group comes into your district and they take a close look at the things you're doing in order to achieve where you formerly had not. Our problem is with AYP, Annual Yearly Progress. It is in the area of math, and it is a district problem, meaning for 3 years now, we have not met the standard for AYP. In this snapshot, I've handed out a little brochure there that everyone in the audience has as well. And you can see that the foundations of the snapshot is to survey the campus and the district leaders, interview with stakeholders, make observations of practice and action, and make an analysis of performance and demographic data, and an analysis of district policy, procedures, and protocols. We have 3 people who will be entering our district on the morning of December the 4th. There will be interviews with Dr. Moore, me, the principals, and also with technology and maintenance. They've scheduled these out over 2 days. Also, a big part of this is the fact that they will send out surveys ahead of time. They've asked for our district plan. They've asked for our district plan as far as AYP, which you all have seen as of last month. They receive them the next morning after you voted on them so that they have time to review them before they come into the district. I've also given you the snapshot of the 3 team members that will be coming so that you can see what their qualifications are. They will be looking at finance, curriculum, leadership. They'll just be taking a real close look at all of the areas of the district. I believe it now, it was 4 years ago, we had Region 6 come in and do a snapshot at that time of our junior high. And we came out with some very good information to help us in our planning. That's what this snapshot is about. How can they come in, take the information that they're given, and then be able to give us some ideas of where we're falling short, some things that we are doing well. Always in these visits, they look for strengths and weaknesses. In your packet of information, board members, you can see the agenda. You can see also the information about how they put together the surveys and the interviews. But one thing that's very important is on the Tuesday night, December the 4th, from 5 until 6:30, right here in the boardroom, community leaders as well as parents are invited to come and participate in what they're calling a family community forum. And at that time, they will be asking the community and the parents questions about the district and the way things are handled in the district, some ideas that they could give for direction of the district. And they will take all of this information into account, and then they will produce a district snapshot profile of Crockett ISD.